Alrighty. Let's get everything set up. More set up than it already is. Hello to whoever is watching. Whoever's in chat, let me pop chat out real quick. I'm able to see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I haven't streamed like this in a while, so I gotta get used to it. That's good. Alrighty, so we have music in the background, we have all that stuff going on. Alright. Well, let's just get to ranking these. First, I'm going to be ranking Moira skins because that's kind of my main character in Overwatch, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, and also at the end of this stream, I'm going to be kind of updating people on what's going on. So yeah, because if you follow me on Twitter, then you know. But yeah, so might be my last stream, we'll see. But let's just get into this. So for the first, we're just going to go from left to right, kind of how I did the Marvel ranking video. So this skin, I think, is just like her, I think it's one of her purple skins. I'm not 100% sure. I've seen it, I just never seen anyone use it. But yeah, I'm gonna just put that as a C tier because I kind of like the gold, but I'm not the biggest fan of like the draping of the hands and stuff like that, which most of her skins have. But yeah. Next up is just her white skin, which I'm pretty sure is also one of her purple tier skins, which is kind of weird. But I kind of like the white look of it, so I'm gonna put it B tier. Not my favorite. We'll get into those later on. But next up was her Summer Games skin, and I'm gonna put that B tier as well because I like the kind of coloring of it. But the purple just does not look good with green, orange, and white. So. But next up are her two Minister skins, or Oasis skins, or whatever the fuck. I'm gonna put the darker one kind of A tier, and the lighter one I'm gonna put B tier for the same reasons I'm putting that one there. I just like the darker one. Purple's one of my favorite colors, so it just kind of works for me. Next up is the David Bowie skin, and that's an S tier easily. Same with the darker version of it. The S tier skin was, I think, one of the first skins I actually bought with credits, just because I love David Bowie, so any David Bowie reference is gonna get that. Next up is the Blackwatch skin, which is an S tier as well because one key thing, it doesn't have the fucking droopy arm things. I hate those. I hate the sleeves. And plus the Blackwatch skin just looks really fucking good. Because especially with how I like to play Moira, I like to play her kind of like a sneaky little healer. Like what I try and do is like in a team fight stick with my team, but then I kind of try and sneak off and then damage from behind and then kind of poke back and kind of distract people. Kind of like a Genji, I guess. But I'm shit at Genji, so I kind of play Moira because I'm more of a healer anyway. But yeah, so that just kind of fits my playstyle a lot better than the fucking droopy sleeves and the big ass cape and shit. Next up is the Wraith skin, the Banshee skin. I'm gonna give it an A tier. Not on the S tier in my opinion, but it's nice looking, honestly. It's one of the better skins. Yeah, there's really not much to say about it. I love how the two on her back is like all ethereal and shit. That's kind of cool. Next up was her, I think, anniversary skin. Or no, this wasn't her anniversary. I don't remember if this was her anniversary skin or not. I just know that Blackwatch was the Retribution event. This was her actual anniversary skin. Honestly, I'm gonna put it B tier. I almost put it A tier, but I'm just more of a fan of these three compared to that, and this isn't quite on that level. Although again, I do like the casualness of it and stuff like that. Next up, the red It's alright. Purple again. Can I throw that there just because a lot of purple. Blue, and then the yellow. No, I'm sorry. It's not good. Then I skipped over the color-based ones because they're just kind of fucking simple. Again, that could just be me. But next up, we're moving on to the character tier list, which this is probably going to be interesting. This has every character up to Ash, by the looks of it. Does not include Sigma. So I will not be including Sigma on this list. But I would let you know where I put him once we get to that point. But we're going to go from here. McCree, I'm going to be ranking these characters kind of based off of whether I enjoy playing them, how much I hate having them played against me because they're just that easy to play as for the most part, or they have a very mercy condition in the sense that it's just easy to get into the character, which I don't have an issue with, but if a character has a low skill ceiling and a very, very low skill floor, then it's just way too fucking easy. Like, I don't know. But McCree, I'm probably going to put in the B tier because he's fucking annoying, but I also know he's fucking great for taking out, like, Pharah's, Mercies as well for the Pharmacy combo. Yeah, very good combo. Next up, Brigitte. We're going to put her in the D for, C for War Crime. She's been a lot better. I played some comp with her like a week or two ago, and she's not as broken as she used to be. She's still really, really fucking good on both attack and defense. Just because that's how it goes. But, yeah, so, again, Brigitte, everyone always talks about her, but, again, I'm going to be a lot more partial to the supports. Hanzo, clearly S tier now. I'm going to put him kind of C tier. He used to be B to maybe A tier, but nowadays, unless you're really, really good with him, which I never knew, because I started playing the game on the free weekends only, and I would exclusively play Hanzo because I love bow characters, so I was like, oh, this is cool. Didn't realize that if you get headshots, you can, like, one-shot squishies until, like, months after the fact of me actually getting the game, which didn't happen until the Halloween event of 2017. So, Democrat, B tier. Very good character. Actually, you know what? A tier. I'll be honest. He's a very good character. Very, very easy, which again, is kind of an issue. And there's one thing I will say. I'm not going to touch on characters' ults because I'm going to touch on those in a separate ranking. Spoilers for later in the stream. Because I have one where I'm ranking ultimates. So, yeah. Next up is Bastion. I'm going to put him B tier because he's a very defense-focused hero, which is not a bad thing. It's just kind of the whole Torbjorn situation of... Although I guess it is a bit more forgiving than Torbjorn, because for Bastion, you don't need to just get set up once. You can literally just pop and then fuck shit up. But again, we'll get into Torb way later in the list, it's one of those characters where you're a lot better if you can just get a first good setup and then hold. Because if you get, killed in the first push, they're going to know that you're there and know to watch out for you. Which can be a good or a bad thing, so. Next up is Baptiste, or Baptiste, however the fuck you say his name. I'm going to say S tier for his potential. I've not mastered this man yet. He's the next hero I actually want to get good with, because my two mains are Zarya and Moira, but I want him to be another support that I can play more viably, because I play a little bit of every support except Mercy and Lucio because I'm not really good with them, but I play like Zen, I play Brigitte, I play Ana, I play Moira, I play Baptiste, I play kind of whatever support my team needs me to play in the moment, but I usually try to stay away from like Mercy or Lucio because I'm not really that great with them, and plus I just don't like playing Mercy. I feel like her actual impact isn't helpful. I mean, yeah, a res is nice, but when you can have heal denying, a stun dart, fucking complete healing for your entire team at once doubled, increasing the healing your team gets, like all that other stuff is just, she kind of just falls short. She's kind of the Soldier 76 of healers in the sense that she's a very intro character, which is fine. And it's weird that she's the intro character while Batiste is not, because he seems like he would be, but Batiste has a lot more intricacies with him because of placing the immortality field. You have to make sure that they can't see it and shoot it. You have to make sure you're timing your actual, healing nades right, and actually making sure you're still shooting enemies and not just, only healing and not helping with damage. And then you gotta make sure to time your healing burst exactly right so that it's not a waste and that it also isn't just healing you. But yeah, it's a very odd combo, but I think one of the best combos is probably Ana and Batiste, just because an Ana Bionade plus the healing burst from Batiste is just fucking insane. It's really good. And then on top of that, you have an immortality field and a thing that boosts damage. Like, he's a very good character. Roadhog, I'm gonna put B tier because he's very basic. Again, very easy character to get into. Not the highest skill ceiling, which I'm fine with, but yeah, I would appreciate kind of more characters that are easy to get into, but take a bit of actual practice to get really fucking devastating with. Because that's the same thing with Zarya, is you gotta get used to, timing her bubbles. You gotta get used to, okay, do I shield this guy now or do I wait? And then you gotta make sure that if the enemy team has a Zarya, that you're not feeding them. And somehow, even in comp to this day, people still don't realize don't charge the fucking Zarya, but here we are. Is what it is. Widow, I'm going to controversially put in A tier because she has very, very high potential, but is very, very, very seldomly executed on. And that's because of the fact that most people, it's the same issue with Hanzo, they just don't know how to fucking play the character properly, and also I play on consoles, so it's a lot harder for people that, have better aiming. Like, I've seen clips of Widow on PC, she's fucking insane. And that's fine. That's good that characters get fucking crazy ass damage. But, yeah, again, not I don't want to joke too long on one character or another, but, yeah, so Widow, really fucking good. My only complaint is that her fucking ult is awful, and it should not belong to someone that can just one-shot you for the most part. Kind of a problem, but again, Blizzard Infinite Wisdom knows exactly what they're doing, and no one's gonna complain about it. Next up, Diva. I'm gonna put her A tier as well. Not even just because she's so commonly used, and there's a reason she's used so much. She's easy to get into, very, very low skill ceiling, which is a lot. It's kind of a common thread you'll see in the A and B tier, for the most part. Obviously not counting Widow. But yeah, she's a very, very, very easy character. And it's easy to do good with her, and I understand the frustration of, she just presses Q, she gets her fucking ult right away and all that shit. And I'm like, yeah, I mean, she does. She gets play of the game just for hitting a button, which again, that's a criticism of ults, which I'll get into in that video. Or not that video, that part of the video, but yeah. It's frustrating, but yeah, Diva, very good character. Yes, she's frustrating, but she's very good. It'd be stupid to deny that. Yeah, so next up we are going on to Pharah. I'm gonna put her C tier. She's decent, but she's a very map situational hero, and that kind of limits her. Like on, let me see, on say Ilios, for pretty much every point there, she's fucking amazing. For Lijiang Tower, however you say that, not the best. She's good on one of the first big points that most people know, where there's the two bridges and then you're in the fucking middle. And then you can get booped off or whatever. She's decent there, but every other part of Lijiang, she's not that great. And there's other maps as well that I can't remember the names at the moment, but she's not. I don't know. She's better on maps where she can kind of blend in. That's why I like using her blue themed skins, like her ethereal skin or skins like that, because the brighter and bluer the skin, the more you'll kind of blend in with the sky and shit, depending on the map. So yeah, you definitely want to play her as more of a kind of stealthy character that you don't necessarily hear. and that you kind of wait and survey the area and then start shooting as your team shoots, or shoot from the opposite direction so they turn around and then your team fucks them up from the other side, and then it's a battle of, hey, do we kill the team or do we kill the Pharah? Or, do we try and split our focus? So it's a very good thing to do if you play around her very well and your team kind of knows what you guys are doing. But yeah, next up, May, we're going to put her in the C for War Crime Territory with Brigitte. Good hero, fucking atrocious design in every fucking way. It's just so fucking frustrating. When I saw her almost die in the Overwatch 2 announcement, I was like, dude, are you fucking serious? I was so excited, and then she's fine. So, thank you for that, Blizzard. So much for continuing the story and killing off characters. That's a range for another day. Mercy, we're gonna put D tier. She's just too easy, and her impact compared to every other healer in the game right now is just not there. The only one she compares to is Lucio, and that's while he's not boosting his healing. But Lucio's also not meant to be played as a healer. He's meant to speed boost you guys and kind of help you guys kind of strafe a bit. And then obviously his ult is his main healing thing. Next up is Ana. I am putting her S tier not just because I love playing as her, but because she's fucking insane. A good Ana is almost as good as a good Widow, in the sense that you can fucking deny the entire enemy team healing, and you can fucking literally, if you time it right, you can you could bio-nade your entire team and most of the enemy team at once, doubling your team's healing, and on top of that, denying the enemy team any healing at all. It's fucking insane. And on top of that, you have a little stun dart, which I talked about, and you can stun the tank, or if it seems like a Sombra is about to fucking ult, or anyone that seems like they're about to ult, or there's a charge up, you can literally just stun. Ult over, ult used, etc. She's a very good character. She takes a bit to get fucking used to and good with, but she is fucking disgustingly amazing. Next up, Tracer. I'm gonna put her C tier. She's okay, but I don't know, she's definitely not got the kind of potential that the game would like her to have for how much they fucking advertise Tracer out of all people. You'd think it would be, Soldier because he's like the Call of Duty character, or Genji because of the fucking memes, or like anyone but fucking Tracer. Like, Tracer is easily the worst character for people to pick up and play right away, because you need to know how to use her blink, you need to know how to use recall, and you need to understand how her mechanics work, and the fact that you can like die quicker than any other hero in the game. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Symmetra, I'm gonna put B tier. She's okay. Again, B and C tier. B's kind of obviously mid tier as it shows. C is like the decent in situations, but it's not the best. Which I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, you're putting fucking Widow above Brigitte, what the fuck? And yes, I am. This is my list. If you don't like it, then sorry, Chief. That's how it is. By nature of the fact that this thing is live and happening, can't really fix that. Ash, I'm gonna put B tier as well. Her dynamite is helpful, and her boop to get people off is very, very helpful. And point denial with Bob is fucking insane. I'm just being honest. But he is also very useful for charging Zarya bubbles, which again is a thing. Yeah, pretty good overall rounded character. Not bad. Symmetra, I'm going to put in the A tier just because of her usefulness. Again, she's very much like the other A tier people, kind of easy to get into. But one thing keeping her from being S tier is the fact that her ult is so easy to get. And it's so just easy. And I get it's more of like a skill thing because you got to rely on your team and stuff like that, which I think is a good thing. I think we need more team play ults. But again, I'm not counting the ults in this ranking because it's just how it is. I mention them, but it's not affecting where I place people. It just doesn't. Because otherwise, then obviously Hanzo would be like A tier, Brigitte would be like S tier, and this would look like a completely different list. So, yeah. Yeah, Sombra, very, very good character, very useful. Very actually useful with Pharah, just because of all the flanking and kind of distracting people. It's a very good combo. Next up is Zarya. No surprise, I'm going to put her in the S tier. Um, Again, this isn't counting her ult, which again is very good. This is just counting the fact that her bubbles, not even counting the fact that they boost her damage and make her fucking insane. She has close range heavy damage. She has long range splash damage, which is helpful for groups for kind of, chipping up ult charge. And then she's just a very, very good team player once you get to know how to play her. And like I said, she's kind of my main. And I don't remember if it's her or Moira I had more time with, but they're both in like the 20-hour range almost. So, given that I don't play Overwatch like hundreds and hundreds of hours, that is saying a good thing. Which I'll probably go through and show you guys that stuff eventually. Doomfist, I'm gonna put him A tier. I don't like playing him. Sorry, my dog is being retarded. Sorry, my dog was barking at air again. But yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, he's a very good character, very useful, very, very low skill ceiling, like I said. But yeah, he's decent. Genji, I'm gonna put middle of it here just because he's okay if you know how to play him. Like, I had this friend that I used to play Overwatch with that was fucking insane at Genji. He was actually the one that got me started playing on Ana because he was like, oh yeah, Ana's really fucking good. Not even just for the nano blade or whatever, but she's just very good. So I got into her because of him, and it was a really good combo. Sorry, my neighbors had the audacity of walking into their house. Anyway, yeah, like I said, Genji, decent character. If you can go off with him, cool. Winston, I'm sorry, man, but I'm putting you D tier alongside Mercy. I can't. I love playing him. And I know XQC, I think, used to be able to go off with him and shit. He's just not that good. Like, yeah, he has good potential, but he's not worth it. Like, out of all the other tanks, why would you fucking choose Winston? I understand if you're going dive comp or you want some point presence towards the end of a match and you guys need to take it back. That's fine. But who the fuck in their right mind chooses Winston on fucking defense? Like, what kind of bullshit? I don't know. That's just fucking weird to me. And also his tickle gun. His tickle gun is good if you can nano him, but again, we're not counting ults in this, so that's why he's not even like B or C tier. Moira S tier just because of her potential, and plus Moira on a second best healing combo. Maybe tied for first with Batiste, depending on your opinion on how you play her. If you play Moira the right way, she's fucking insane. And you can average like 15 to 20k healing a fucking match. It's insane. Yeah, you just need to know how to play her. She's very good. Her healing orb, and I'll talk about this more in the ult section. But if you combo a Ana Bionade, her healing orb, and then her ult, your team literally will pretty much not die. It's like a Zen ult. And yeah, it costs you 3 abilities, well, 2 abilities in an ult. But if you can also hit someone with that Bionade for Ana, which is not counting towards this, then you're denying the enemy team healing while you're doing all this. It's a very good combo. But yeah, next up is Ryan, and I almost want to put him in the S tier, but not quite. Just because there's so many movement abilities now that people can just kind of get behind him and just punch through his shield. It's kind of pointless. And plus, if he gets hacked, he's literally just a giant fucking target. Like, at least, like, D.Va can shoot, fucking Moira can still suck on people, which sounds really bad. But, like, at least most of these people can still shoot. But with the fact of Reinhardt being a melee-only character, that kind of limits him, same way it kind of limits Brigitte. Not as much, mind you. It's not as bad, because you do have a lot more health, but it's still an issue. Lucio, putting him C tier. Decent hero, fucking barely ever see him used, except for speed boosting someone to a point, which you should not do, by the way. Yeah, I know that sounds stupid, but yeah. Fucking hamster boy. I kind of want to put him in. I'm gonna. This is rough. I didn't think about this one. I'm gonna put him C tier. There's one thing keeping him from D tier, and that is his mobility. Being able to just swing like a motherfucker, yeet in the air and slam down, and then get shields and run away and do it again. It's a very smart character design, very frustrating, very smart. And that's the only thing keeping him from being at Winston's level. Zen, I want to put him A tier. I was going to put him S tier. He's very, very fucking good. But he is not good enough in most people's hands to kind of warrant the spot of A tier. Very fucking good. I know Jonak is fucking insane with him. I've seen those clips. His man's fucking mad lad status. But yeah, he's A tier otherwise. He's very, very great here. Next up is Torb, he's going D tier. That's not even a thought. He's not that great. Like I kind of touched on in the Bastion part. He's good for setting up on defense, or if you can get one of his turrets on like a point when you guys have the point, he's okay, but other than that, he's not that great. Like, yeah, you could put his turret on the payload. Never seen anyone do that. I think I did it once in like a custom game or whatever, when I was fucking around with friends, but that was it. Like, it's just not viable, to be honest. Like, it used to be worth it when you can upgrade that bitch to a rocket turret. That shit was fucking insane. But now his ult just fucking is area denial, which again, we're not talking about. And that's the ult I will talk about. I won't talk about ult ults, unless those are the icons that show up. Orisa, I'm going to put her A tier, almost S tier. Very, 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 very good. Great character. Actually, I'm going to put her S tier. For one small reason. Her immunity. No, I don't mean to damage. It does make her take less damage. Her head hitbox almost makes her fucking C tier. That's how huge it is. But her immunity to keep her from getting, stunned, hacked, Ryan charged, etc. Like, if she gets hit by a Doomfist fist and she's immune, she'll just look at him like the fuck you want and then punch him in the face. Like, it's a very, very helpful ability. And on top of that, she has the barrier and the little suction vortex. And I just did a head motion with my hand. We're not going to talk about it, but yeah. Up next is a Reaper. Reaper is A tier. I don't like him at all. Terrible character to play. I hate playing him. But he's very, very fucking easy. Like, that's why I'm very surprised that most people consider Soldier the intro character, and I get it. His Call of Duty, he's the only one that can sprint. He has a fucking noob tube. And he has a self-heal, so he doesn't have to rely on anyone else. I get it, but Reaper is so much easier. Reaper heals himself, has dual shotguns for fuck's sakes. He can teleport and he can go invisible. Or not invisible, but you know what I mean. He can go, like, immune to all damage for, like, I think 5 seconds? Or 4 seconds? Like, it's fucking insane. And on top of that, he reloads after he gets out of it, and you can cancel it whenever you want to fuck him up. Like, and he has movement. Soldier, I'm gonna put him B tier. Again, decent, not gonna lie. He's just not the best. He's very, very situational, which is kind of the same thing with some of these B tier heroes. But yeah, he's not useless. He's just kind of not the best. Next, we're just going to go to the ults. Nano, we're immediately going to go into game changing. I mean, it's obvious. Like, okay, who the fuck's ult is? Oh, that's Bastion's. I was like, what the fuck icon is the tank, like, cannon looking thing? I was very concerned. But yeah. Nano is just fucking insane. It instantly heals your target for an X amount of health. I don't remember if it's full or not, but it heals your target a fuck ton of health. And then I think it reduces incoming damage slightly, and I don't remember if it doubles your damage or is just close to that. but it's very fucking good. Plus, if you bio need them and then do it, it's very good. But yeah, Nano I could go on about all day, but I don't want to spend an hour just talking about Nano Boost. Yeah. Next up, which one? Ultimates. Okay, so Bob, I'm gonna say impactful. I'm not gonna lie about it. It's very impactful. Most times, and this is in like gold, high silver kind of rank in comp, almost plat occasionally, especially when I first started comp. People don't really know how to fucking react to Bob. They're just like, oh shit, and they freak the fuck out, and all the shields focus on getting his damage away, which is very stupid, and I've been guilty of that as well. But what you want to do is, if you have a Ryan, or if you have an Orisa, put the Orisa shield down in front of him, or if you have a Winston for some reason, dive on the Bob, put down your shield, and then jump away. Or even if you die, your shield's on him, and then he's just going to shoot at the shield, and yeah, it's not going to hold forever. But that shit helps. So it's like, it's not bad. It's very good, very helpful. Batista's barrier. I'm gonna say somewhat impactful. Actually, no, situational. Very, very situational. If your team plays around it the right way and you guys put up barriers and shit, it's very, very helpful. But you need to know what the fuck you're doing for it to work. And plus, if your damage dealers don't deal that much damage anyway, like if you have a Doom Fist, and then if you have a Doom Fist and then say a Genji, that fucking damage increase ain't gonna mean shit. Like, yeah, it's a lot of pellet damage going downrange and a lot of chip damage, but that's not gonna help in the long run. So it's very situational. Bastions, I'm gonna say somewhat impactful. Again, kind of on the border of situational. It just depends on the Bastion player. If they play him well, and the situation calls for it, and even if you nano him during it, it's very effective. Brigitte, I would definitely say impactful, not necessarily game-changing in my experience, but it is very good. The speed boost is nice, especially if you have Lucio as well. Underrated strat, by the way. Lucio speed boost plus that, very good. But yeah, Brigitte's ult is very helpful. The armor it gives, and it gives you healing as long as you're in it. Obviously, it's no Zen ult, but I'm kind of glad it's not. But yeah, it's definitely an impactful ult. Doom Fist, I would say, is very situational. Like, yeah, it scares people away, but if there's a lot of movement abilities, you're not going to be able to kill shit or even damage anyone. So it's like, you gotta choose your targets very, very, very fucking wisely. That's why I usually like to target most tanks, or stuff like that, because they can't move as easily. But yeah, next up is apparently D.Va getting her. Oh, this is the nuke, and then the next one is calling in the back. Okay, definitely game changing, guaranteed. Getting the fuck up in the entire fucking lobby is insane. But yeah, so I mean, what do I need to say about D.Va's nuke that has not already been said? It's a fucking press to win game at that point. D.Va's calling in the mech is somewhat impactful, I guess, and it gives her a mech back. It's not nearly on the tier of Bob or that, but it's there. This is definitely a situational one. Yeah, situational. I'm just gonna run through these last ones, and then I'll probably post an update video in a bit, kind of talking about it. I'll post it tomorrow, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so Hanzo's ult, impactful in the right hands. Junkrat, game changing, obviously. Sunbearer is definitely impactful. Deadeye, very, very situational. Maze is impactful. Mercy's ult is very situational. It's helpful. Moira, definitely impactful. Not necessarily game changing all the time, but bongos are somewhat impactful. Barrage is impactful. Definitely game changing with a good Reaper. Earth Shatter is very good. Whole Hog's okay. Soldier again. I'm gonna put that situational. Very situational with Sombra as well. Shield Barrier, impactful. Wait, that was Torb's ult. I tried to miss icon. That's impactful. They're both impactful. They both do the same thing. Area denial. Tracer's thing is very situational. Widow, very situational. Actually, we'll bump this one. Winston, situational. Don't know whose that is. To be fucking honest. Zarya, game changing if you play it right. And then Zen, obviously game changing. But yeah. But I gotta go. My computer's been fucking messing up all day, and yeah, so I will finish this another time, but I have to go take care of a few things. So sorry for the short stream. If you guys want the update video, let me know in the comments or on Twitter.